Hello viewers and welcome to another Doctor Who episode review. Today I'm reviewing The Moonbase, which is a 4-part story with 2 of the episodes missing. Obviously with the DVD release, episodes 1 and 3 got animated. It's The Moonbase is obviously written by Kit Pedler and stars Patrick Troughton as the Doctor, Annick Wills as Polly, Michael Craze as Ben Jackson, and Fraser Hines as Jamie McCrimmon. And yeah, it will contain some spoilers, as you know the whole thing now. I'd watched the episode before I listened to my review. And yeah, The Moonbase. What did I think of The Moonbase? I liked it. It was a great story, I thought. A very basic plot, but that's all it needed. I enjoyed it. I thought it was very, very good. And yes, it was the second story to feature the Cybermen, the first story with the second Doctor with the Cybermen, and obviously Ben and Polly have met them before. And obviously from the 10th planet, the Mondasian Cybermen, they look different and they sound different, and I love how the Cybermen evolve. I love that. I love the way the voices change, and last time they looked more human-like because they had human hands. But now they still are human-like in a way, but they're definitely more robotic and a lot more scarier, I think. But yeah. So basically, the whole plot was they've arrived on the moon and they find this base in the year 2070, and they've got to this base which basically controls the weather on Earth, and which I found that quite interesting, and as that's in the future. And obviously the Cybermen basically want to convert and take over the Earth. They're going to convert the people on the base to Cybermen, and they want the Earth to be destroyed. And that was the plot, and it was carried out perfectly. I thought Patrick Troughton in this story were excellent. His facial expressions, I mean, he always is my favourite Doctor, but he was great in this story. And I loved how the Cybermen infected the crew on the base with the nerves, the nerves converting into I don't know what it is, the cyber virus or whatever it is. I loved that because I don't think we've really had that in New Who or in any of the other classic Cybermen stories. But I loved how they got infected with the virus and they slowly started converting into Cybermen because the Cybermen obviously gained control, and I loved that. I loved how much more menacing they were in this story than they were in the 10th planet. Also, I loved the music that were involved in this story, because I've seen The Tomb of the Cybermen, which is an absolute classic, many times, and I think I saw this story like once years and years ago. I've only recently seen it now because of these reviews, but the music that they use is just brilliant. I love that cyber theme, that Cyberman theme. It just gives me the chills every time the Cybermen appear. There it is, and it's just great. I can't imagine being a kid in the 60s and that all happening, because it must have been very scary, and behind the sofa, that kind of thing, and I loved that. And yeah, the best part of the story, I think, was the build up, and by the end of episode 2, that final scene when the Doctor suddenly realised there's like a Cyberman hidden in the room they're in, and the sugar that they were having with the coffees were infected with the virus, and that's what were infecting the people. I loved that realisation on the Doctor's face. Patrick Troughton plays that really well. That was really exciting, and I couldn't wait to watch the rest of the episode. That's my favourite. That's the highlight of this story. And yeah, there's nothing else really much to say, really. Oh yeah, I just remembered Ben and Polly, because they've seen him before, they take that to their advantage and they create this sort of, not potion, spray, that sort of thing to try and eliminate the Cybermen, and it kind of worked. However, there was many more Cybermen, and the basic conclusion to all that was to change the gravitational force that's there and direct that on the Cybermen and the ships, and that's it. Floated off in space, never to be seen again until they appear in the Wheel in Space, I think it is. And I thought, yeah, that would be the only way to get rid of the Cybermen if they were on the moon. And it when I was watching it, when I think it was the start of episode 4 when the Cybermen were walking on the moon, I don't know why this happened, but it popped into my head that the Cybermen are doing the moonwalk. I had to think, they're not doing the moonwalk. It would have been hilarious if they were. But anyway, that's just me. Yeah, I don't think there's much else to say, really, other than I loved it. I don't know which one's better, this one or the 10th Planet. Probably this one, because they're coming back for revenge. So they're even more determined to take control of everything, to convert as many people with the virus as possible, and to get in the base and destroy the Earth. I thought in the 10th Planet it was basically an introduction, and to see how menacing these men were, these Cybermen were. But in the Moonbase, they came back for revenge, and I loved that. I thought the ending were pretty good. But yeah, that's all I can say about this story. And this does, of course, mark the end of the original title sequence, because obviously this uses the 1963 title sequence. I know in the next story, the Macra Terror, it still keeps the original theme. However, the actual visual title sequence is the fantastic Patrick Troughton theme. I think it's in the one after the Faceless Ones that the music changes, and that's even better, I think. But yeah, tell me what you think about this story. Did you like it? Weren't it as good as the 10th Planet? Was it better than the 10th Planet? And yeah, I will see you in my next review, which will be the Macra Terror. And of course, it's quite a recent release, and it's animated in black and white and colour. I don't know if I'll watch both, or watch the colour, or watch the black and white. I haven't made up my mind yet. But yeah, always like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in my next review. Bye.